much, Lord Mayor. And it's just going back to B1024, and it was a decision by committee to approve the use of City Hall for the Belfast National Graves Association, which came through SPNR, and I have to say, without challenge, and was a bit disappointed in that. Now, I know there's a criteria when people apply for these things, and I have to question how we're applying our criteria, or what the criteria relates to in that. If this group has been able to find authority to hold a function within Belfast City Hall. For those who don't know, the Graves Association, amongst other things, they exist to honour the IRA and the IRA dead. And to think that there's going to be an event in here that could possibly or potentially have honouring of IRA members is grossly offensive to me. It's grossly offensive to members of the community that I represent, and it's grossly offensive to victims right across Northern Ireland, considering that the IRA killed their countrymen by the thousand. Joe Austin, at one time as chair of the organisation, was talking about the death of Edgar Graham, who was an elected member of the local assembly, a politician basically, somebody that had a contrary point of view, who was murdered by the IRA. And Joe Austin says, well, sure, at least he was carrying a gun when he was shot. His life was already under threat. He was a 29-year-old professor of law at Queen's University when he was ruthlessly murdered by the IRA. And he's now, like I say, the perpetrators of that crime can potentially be honoured at an event within Belfast City Hall. Another person who's on their social media pages is Thomas Begley, described as being from the 3rd Battalion of the IRA, who most people will know. He and Sean Kelly from Ardoyne hijacked a blue Ford Escort, which they parked on Berlin Street around the corner from Frizzell's fish shop. Dressed as delivery men, they entered the shop with a £5 bomb and a holdall. Shortly after 1 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, when the area was crowded with women and children, Begley made his way through the customers towards the counter where the bomb detonated, killing John Frizzell, his daughter Sharon McBride, Leanne Murray, who was 13, Michael Morrison, his partner Evelyn Bird, and their daughter Michelle Bird, who was only 7 years of age, George Williamson and his wife Gillian, and Wilma McKee. The force of the blast caused the old building to collapse into a pile of rubble. The upper floor came down upon those inside the shop, crushing many of the survivors in the rubble, the youngest victim being 7. If she was alive today, she'd be still under 40. Maybe would have had a wee 7-year-old of her own, a wee family of her own, a life snuffed out, and a perpetrator of a crime perhaps being remembered with honour within Belfast City Hall. There's something wrong with our system in this City Hall, there's something wrong with our screening, and it's yet another shame on this building and a shame on this council.
Councillor Beattie.
Thank you, Arthur. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Councillor McDowell knows this, but Belfast City Hall facilitates numerous commemorations throughout the year from all different aspects of our culture within this city. And there is many events that happen in this building and the surrounding area. It could be offensive to many. There is events that happen outside the cenotaph, which remember British soldiers that we've heard talked about before. And we respect if people, if that's what your culture is and that's who you respect, that's dead on. But there's others who would see that as offensive, and you have to respect that too. But we will not stand up and oppose that because we respect your position in that. We'd expect others to do that as well, because there isn't just one culture in this city, there isn't just one religion in this city. We are a diverse city, and if we're not a diverse city, then what are we? We're not a sectarian organisation. We're not a single-minded organisation. From our party's perspective, we respect all peoples, all dead, no matter who they are, no matter what the background are. We respect them all. And this event is about respecting people's dead. And if you can't respect people's dead, who do you respect? So,
as I was named Lord Mayor, have I the right to reply?
Yes. Go ahead.
I said it was grossly offensive at the start, and it got perpetually worse as the conversation went on, to compare the atrocities of the IRA with the service of the British Army, or the service of remembrance of people who laid down their lives for freedom. Next month we're going to be celebrating VE Day, the victory over fascism, over Nazi Germany, the liberation of Western Europe, and to compare that with the atrocities of the IRA is not comparable. But I'll leave you with a quote which is on the headstone of the member of the Assembly that was murdered by the IRA, Edgar, and it says, "Keep alive the light of justice." Keep alive the light of justice. What's going to happen in this City Hall is an affront to justice.
Okay. Are we agreed to the minutes? Agreed. Thank you. Okay. Item 7 minutes of the PNC.